Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is not the most attractive that I have ever looked. I just wanted to do a little bit of a vlog style fragrance review today, and I thought I would show you my lovely Agnella behind me there. And she squeezed herself onto the chair, having a little yawn now. Squeezed herself onto the chair that I've covered in stuff. So there she is, and look at my pigmentation in this light. This is the worst I've ever seen it. I'm actually just, I've got an appointment for a peel. I'm having a Biore peel, which is a no downtime facial peel, and I'm going to have a set of 3 of them to try and reduce this. I'm also researching sunscreen. I've left it too late to start worrying about sunscreen, but better late than never. So I'm gonna now really try and protect my skin from the sun and try and reverse some of this. But this is the worst I've ever seen it. So this lighting is just making it really look really bad. I've been doing some at home stuff, vitamin C and things like that, and I think it's irritated my skin as well. So I've got some irritation. Anyway, straight out the shower. Look at the cat. Oh, look. Oh, there she is, look. So today I'm reviewing Bodhi Tree from Teone Reinthal. I say review, I haven't worn it enough to review it. So this really is just some impressions and my thoughts on wearing it today. So let's spray from the sample that I've got here. Very kindly sent by my friend Dan from Instagram, also known as Christ the Perfumer. And I'm just going to spray a little bit on this wrist here for now, and one up here so I can just catch a whiff, and I'll spray it on myself. Well, I'll spray it now properly. Obviously I've only got a little sample, so I won't be dousing myself in it like I would if it was a bottle, but I just want to show you that I'm wearing it, and I will give you some impressions. So the first time I sprayed this, I was instantly reminded of some of Teone's white floral work. I think I'm thinking of Polynesia, but I no longer have my sample. I used that one up, loved it. It reminded me of, I'm sure it was Polynesia, but definitely brought to mind a lot of Teone's white floral fragrances. So that's what you get straight away, is a bouquet of a mixture of white florals. Heady, exotic, smells like jasmine, maybe frangipani, maybe some others, a little bit sharp, a hint of powder. But what I notice is, unlike Polynesia, with Bodhi Tree, that floral blast doesn't hang around too long. I mean, the flowers do hang around, but the extremity of the flowers, the really boldness of the flowers really does calm down quite quickly. But it is absolutely beautiful. It's slightly minty even. It's not got a mint note, and I'm sure there's no mint in here, but it's got that uplifting minty type feel. But I will come back and talk about it in a little bit more detail shortly. Okay, so I'm back. It's an hour and a half since I applied Bodhi Tree, and I thought I'd just give you a little update. So the flowers have really calmed right down. They're really mellow now. They're still there. You can still smell this gorgeous white floral, but I can smell a creamy, sort of rich, sweet base coming through. And to me, it almost reminds me of Werther's Original. I remember the first time I tried this perfume, and I just kept thinking to myself, there's a Werther's Original tincture in here. Of course there's not. There won't be a caramel note, but there's something just a little caramelly in here, which is really lovely, but not in a sugary, sweet way. Almost like a mixture of the resins and the sandalwood maybe have just all come together in this creamy, slightly sweet rich way, but it's not a rich, thick, dense perfume at all. It's light and airy, and it's not a big projector. Teone, the perfumer, says herself it's quite a close to the skin experience with this perfume. And I wouldn't call it a skin scent. I wouldn't say that the projection is poor, but it is definitely not one that's really pushing out. So I love this combination of these heady florals mixing with this sweet, almost gourmand sort of caramelized resin feel. It's really, really beautiful. There's a lot of natural sandalwood in here, and it is the delicious kind. It's not the dry kind. It's not the kind that you would recognize from Le Labo Santal 33, for example. It's nothing like that. It is richer and creamier and moist, really. And I still get this lift that's almost minty. And I've had this smell before in Tafe Rose from Teone, and it felt to me that the patchouli was giving off this mintiness in that one. I don't know what's giving the mintiness off in this one, and it's not exactly like smelling mint, but it's almost like an abstract feel of something a little minty, and it's really, really beautiful. Absolutely, thoroughly enjoying this one. It's got a very pure zen-like feel. It's a relaxing perfume. It's not one that you would wear necessarily for anyone else but yourself. Obviously, because it's not a big projector as well, it's not gonna hit anyone round the face with its notes. It's simply beautifully blended, very, very attractive smelling, but it's something that you totally wear to indulge yourself, like wearing a gorgeous silk kimono at home alone. It's just so nice. And I thought I would just bring you back to Aniela, who is still here, purring away, aren't you, darling? I don't know if you'll be able to hear her. And I brought you back here for another reason. It's because the lighting is still the same, and I wanted to show you my skin now with makeup on, and it's only a BB cream, and it's still, you know, it's still very visible, my pigmentation, but I have covered it up a little bit with a Bare Minerals. Is it SPF 30? I think it's called Rescue Balm or something like that, but it's a tinted moisturizer basically, and it's an improvement, but it's still, you can see the pigmentation. So if you might be interested in a video about my peel that I'm going to do, let me know. I'm going to do, as I say, a set of 3 peels, and I can always do a little vlog about it and show you my before and afters and all that stuff. If that interests you, chuck a comment in the comments below. Oh, and the note listing, there are 3 florals in here, so I was wrong. There's not a jasmine note. It smells jasmine-y to me, but there's orange blossom, white lotus and frangipani. They're the 3 florals, and then you have an amber base which includes tonka, vanilla and sandalwood, and the sandalwood is the most sandalwood that Teone has ever put into a perfume. She describes it as and the sandalwood is the most amount of sandalwood that Teone has ever used in a perfume before, and it is glorious. I should also mention at the moment that the website for Teone Reinthal has an offer on. You can get free shipping, free worldwide shipping at the moment, because she's just relaunched the website. So I'm not sure how long that's going to be available for, but if it's something you were planning on checking out, then now is a really good time. Also, you should know there might be customs charges. So I have ordered quite a few times from the website, from Teone, and sometimes I've got custom charges, other times I haven't. So you need to be aware, and it depends where you are in the world as well. But to me, it's kind of hit or miss. So you should probably expect it and then be pleasantly surprised if it doesn't happen. But I highly recommend checking out these perfumes because they truly are pieces of art. So if you're just someone who likes a perfume because you want to smell nice for other people, or it's just a part of your grooming package, and you don't really see perfumery as that deep, then you could probably skip these perfumes. But if, like me, you love discovering new perfumes, you see them as a work of art, then I do think you should really check out these perfumes. Another thing I've noticed is I get a little pinch of spice in here. So it's a little bit like a pinch of mixed warm spices. You know, the kind of spice that you use in baking that would make a biscuit taste really lovely, like a warm, sweet mixture of spices, but just a tiny hint that's just blending in with everything else. And it's possibly just coming from the sandalwood. There's no listed spice notes, but I just get a little hint of delicious spice with it all as well, a little bite. So my final thoughts on Bodhi Tree. We are now just over 4 hours in, and it's more of a skin scent now, just humming slightly off the skin. So it's not really projecting a lot anymore. And what I'm getting is that amber base mostly, which is this sort of sandalwood and resin combination. The sandalwood seems to have some sticky facets along with some sort of slightly dry, more typically woodsy facets. So it's kind of a very multifaceted smell. And I also feel every now and then like I'm picking up a little bit of a light patchouli. There's no listed patchouli note, but it just smells like there's a touch in there. So it's a very interesting, multifaceted note, base note, but it's very, very gentle, very, very light, kind of a little bit like an unsmoked, unlit sandalwood incense with lots of interesting resins in there with it. I've pretty much lost most of the florals. I would say I probably only really noticed the florals for the first couple of hours, and they're very predominant at the beginning, and then they gently fade away. So my final thoughts on Bodhi Tree is I really, really like it. I think it's beautiful. I probably won't buy this one just because I like a little bit more oomph from my fragrances in terms of the projection. And I've also got some beautiful Teone Reinthal floral resin combinations already. So for me, I won't be buying this one, but I really, really like it. I think it's really beautiful. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favourite Teone Reinthal is, if you have tried them, or if not, do they sound interesting to you? See you in another video.